Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I'm Liz Quinn, your Star Scentsy Consultant. So today what I have for you is sort of a requested video from some newer subscribers and other people that have just been asking to pick my brain about my opinion of a lot of currently available scents. So what we're going to do today is take our current fall-winter catalog, and I'm going to discuss with you a lot of scents that I would consider to be solid and maybe unsung heroes also, and just scents that I have really enjoyed or I know other people really enjoy that are consistent performers, old and new, and especially a lot of things that I normally don't get around to telling you about because maybe they're not super seasonal, because I'm a super seasonal melter. So I'm not really going to be talking about pumpkin today. I'm not really going to be talking about Christmas trees and things like that. I'm going to sort of go through the new releases and a lot of the regular ones that are solid scents that I know perform well over time. I do not have every bar either, so I'm actually going to go through the catalog so that I don't miss things. So we're going to start with the new releases, and really out of all of these, the cranberry and cardamom is probably the most solid and consistent scent that I have gotten feedback from everybody, including myself, on, that I just really think is worth picking up. So if you have not tried this one yet, I would definitely do so. This seems to be, number one, long-lasting and stable because it's got the cherry and the cardamom and the cranberry, and just a crowd pleaser. So it would be good pretty much anytime fall, winter. I don't know that this is something you're going to want to melt in the middle of the summer, but it would really be great for right now, and it is probably the top of my list for fall, winter new releases. Another one that's gotten tons of positive feedback, and I do enjoy it, I'm melting some right now, is the new Dashing. This is the one most people have loved. My only issue with this is that it's not super strong. Is it consistent? Yes. Is it long lasting? Yes. But it's sort of a medium low level, low roller in the rooms for me. And it is really beautiful. For me, it's more of like a bedroom or a small space scent, even in personality. But Dashing has vanilla, creamy mahogany, and fresh night skies, and it is really nice. So then we're going to move into the spice category in general. I'm skipping the holiday because that's not really where we're at right now as a group. And there are so many good ones in the spice category. But I tried to pick out a few that maybe you would be willing to melt all fall, winter long. I think that apple and cinnamon sticks is one of those solid scents that gets overlooked. It might be a little bit more fall, winter, but it's really the most just classic and simple in our spice category. Autumn Hearth I also have, that's going to be next on my list for the most truly apple cinnamon scent. Even though this one says apple and cinnamon sticks, it is more a warm apple potpourri with a little bit of white pumpkin. It doesn't really smell pumpkin-y, and then there's the oak. It's just really good, and it's the sort of bar that you can put in and leave for a couple of days. It's going to give you a nice medium throw in the house, and it's consistent, and it does come in a lot of other products, and they're very good. They represent the scent well. So then the most truly apple cinnamon scent we've got is definitely Autumn Hearth. I love this. This I could melt any time of the year when I want a nice warm fuzzy apple cinnamon scent. So this one is supposed to have apple, cinnamon, and tonka bean. And yes, it's more fall winter, but really I don't see it being more fall specific, even though they call it Autumn Hearth. I will melt this anywhere between September and March very happily, and it's just a good warm glowy scent. Now we have a lot of others that I think are more specific, or maybe they don't last as long, maybe they're not as solid, like your Autumn Sunset to me is more fall. Blackberry Spice is very good, but it doesn't last as long as some of the bars I just showed you. Now we get down into your really standard classics like Cinnamon Bear, Clove and Cinnamon, and Cinnamon Vanilla. You hear a lot on YouTube about how people are not super into their cinnamon scents, but when you look at stats, I hear a lot that Cinnamon Bear is a bestseller. I know that my director sells a ton of Clove and Cinnamon, and I know that Cinnamon Vanilla, since they now have brought it into the fall winter catalog as well as the spring summer, must be very popular. So the only one that I could get my hands on immediately to do this video was Cinnamon Bear. This is the most simple cinnamon scent that we have. It's just good old-fashioned warm your house cinnamon. Cinnamon Vanilla used to be a spring summer scent, and that's in sort of a creamy tan bar. And that is such a pleasing scent for almost everyone because it's a nice balance of the vanilla and the cinnamon with the tiniest bit of, I think it's cassia, excuse me, Vanilla bean, cinnamon, coconut, and cassia. So there's a smoothness and a creaminess to the cinnamon vanilla that if you haven't tried it because you're scared of spices, that might be a really good entry-level bar. Then we have clove and cinnamon, which is my favorite out of this whole spice group if you're not going to go like apple or pumpkin. It is the most wonderful warming scent. It is stronger even than cinnamon bear. Cinnamon and clove, or clove and cinnamon, I'm sorry, has a little bit of a depth that cinnamon bear does not, because there are the two different spices plus whatever else they don't tell us about in the blend, and it lasts for days, and it's a personal favorite of mine. Then another one that I think is good any time of the year, like truly any time of the year, even though it has pumpkin in the name, is pumpkin cinnamon swirl, because to me that is just a really rich bakery scent. Why they always put it in spice, I don't know. That smells a lot like a cinnamon roll with a little bit of richness from the pumpkin and a nice heavy cream cheese frosting on top. It is not as fall specific to me as pumpkin roll, which is in the bakery category. That's a great bar too. But the pumpkin cinnamon swirl, I will always club that, and then I'll melt it on any rainy day all year long. It is so good. And then last but not least, Welcome Home. I think that's probably the most popular spice scent for those who do not like spice. And it's, to me, kind of like a warm cinnamon sugar toast kind of a smell. So that one, Scentsy says, has cinnamon and spices, which is kind of a vague description. And it is lighter and sweeter than any of the other ones, even the cinnamon vanilla. So spice is my favorite category when it comes to like all year round, always appealing to me. So I wanted to cover a lot of those bases. Then in the next category, which is bakery. Bakery is notoriously difficult to have good, long-lasting performance. So pretty much any of these that I will recommend, they're going to probably have a shorter throw and duration than other categories. So saying that, apple cherry strudel is consistent in the sense that it's an amazing smell and it gives you really good scent performance for a short period of time. So do know going into this that this is not going to be your marathon bar for long-lasting throw. But every time I melt this, it makes me happy. So I'm sort of, I guess, tweaking my criteria because I love the scent appeal of this so much I had to talk about it. But boy, does it futz out quick. Anyway, this is supposed to have Granny Smith apple, cherry, and vanilla drizzle, and it really smells like an apple cherry turnover or pastry. And it's probably my favorite scent in the bakery category when it comes to an authentic, good mix of notes in the scent. I love that. But for performance, I love baked apple pie, and I don't even know if I have a bar of that right now. That you can get, I think, even in a brick and club, although I prefer the performance at the bars. This is a scent that is so homey. It's like bubbly, rich apples with the sugar and all the spices, and it doesn't really have a distinctive crust note, but if you want to make your home smell happy and homey any time of the year, and it marries bakery and spice so well, I always recommend baked apple pie. It's one of my top faves. Then we can skip down to, I would say, Give Me Candy. I don't love that scent, and I've got all these marked in my cute little catalog here. And if you have a consultant and you have not requested a catalog, and we love to give these out so that you have a hard copy, this is somehow a little bit different and for me easier to think through than looking online. I like being able to read it. I like being able to mark it. I like being able to go back to it. So just a bug to put in your ear if you've only ever had online connections with Scentsy. Just find someone who's local, or I don't mail to people that are not already customers. But if you are an established customer with me and you are lacking a catalog, let me know. I'll be happy to get you one. But Gimme Candy is not my favorite scent, but it's long-lasting and it's popular. So it's very, very sweet and confection-like. And Scentsy says that this is caramelized sugar, golden honey, and sweet buttercream. So it's just all things sweet and syrupy, and it's a great mixer. It lasts a long time for a bakery scent, and people are very happy with that. Now, the last one here that I think is really consistent, and of course you have to talk about it, even though for me it's not exciting, it's going to be good old vanilla bean buttercream. This is probably one of the most bought scents that we have forever and forever. It's good. It's just super vanilla buttercream. You can see mine's all ready to be mixed with other things because I rarely melt this all by itself. It's nice and rich. It's nice and vanilla-y. It's nice and bakery, and it goes with absolutely anything. So those are some of the standouts in the bakery category. Now, fresh, this is a very solid category. I don't even know if there's anything in here that you would be disappointed with the performance on. So the first one, which I am pretty much out of, is Aloe Water and Cucumber. You want to talk about a boomer that is always appealing to most people. It's not my favorite scent, but it's definitely one people love. So this is a really light green, pretty wax, and this has aloe water, cucumber peel, palm frond, and pineapple nectar. And none of those sound like strong notes. You put them all together and this thing is a boomer. It's great for this time of the year. It's great for early spring. I had to mention that. Then one of my favorites, and it even says here that this is a bestseller, is Amazon Rain. Now this will really only get to a medium in your house, but the consistently lovely scent is worth mentioning. So this has melon, orange zest, coconut milk, and jasmine, and it's a sweet, very gentle green color. I just ordered an extra bar, I think in my last party closeout, because I like to melt this in the early spring, and it's got a jungly quality, but it's also sweet and gentle and creamy, and it's just a scent you do not get sick of. I've said for many, many, many videos that I really want Scentsy to bring that in a brick, because for me, I tend to need to melt more volume of that wax to get enough saturation in my home, but it's totally worth it. So then another one that I was just doing in my last weekly What I've Been Warming video is Arctic Kiss. This is a bar I forget to talk about. It has fabulous performance. It's got a very nice profile of scent that you could melt pretty much any time of the year and enjoy it. So this is a pretty light blue color, and it has little polar bears on the front. It's super cute. So this, Scentsy says right now that this has Arctic mint, fresh air, and vanilla clouds, but there's honeydew in here. When we had the original scent of the month pyramid, you saw it. I do not know why they don't show you that note, because it's what gives it that little bit of sweetness that's mysterious that makes it addictive. So then another one that I love is French lavender. They had taken that out over the summer and people were kind of sad. It's just such a good, clean, herbal lavender. It's medium strength in the house. I think it's a better performer than the other one that we had over the summer, which I think was lavender vanilla. I like that one, but I like French lavender better. And it just always relaxes you, and it's just a classy, classic scent. Another one that I have here is Jammy Time, and I have not talked about melting wax in this in ages, I'm sorry. I've sort of just forgotten about this, or there are so many other similar scents that maybe I even like better, and I love Jammy Time, that I have not reached for this brick in a long time. But this is a boomer. I love it in laundry. It's my favorite scent in laundry that they make. It's so good, though. I need to get some of this out. It is strong. You can get it in a brick and club. You can get it in a bar. So this is Baby Freesia, Lavender, and Sweet Pea, and it's just one of the most consistent scents with great throw. It lasts forever. It's just a beast. You've got to try that if you like anything, and I'm not into super laundry scents. Anything that's sort of bubble bath laundry, I always call it the bubble bath and bunny slippers scent. I love it. And then the last one in here that I would think would be a good thing to try that maybe you've overlooked is White Amber and Silk. So this is amber, bergamot, and cotton, and it's really classy, and it's very warm and luxurious also. So let's move on to the woods category. Around the campfire, I have a clam of that. I know some people do not like smoky, but this is such a good consistent scent. This is a very good mixer. It's great with all sorts of things. It's warm. It's got a nice smoky quality. Great for this time of the year if you want sort of a cabiny feel in the house. It's got the smoky embers, the wood, the mountain air, and the fresh, just like almost just sawn wood note. And we forget to mention this bar. I really tried with this particular video to pull out things that I'm not advertising to you. I'm not mentioning it to you. I'm not even remembering to melt them, but they're good. That's why they're in the catalog, you know? And then the next one, I was lazy and didn't pull the bar, but almost all of you are familiar with cashmere and corduroy. And if you're not, go get a bar of this. Of anything I'm going to recommend to you today, where I'm almost 90% sure you're going to love it, get some cashmere and corduroy. This thing is vanilla, Sicilian bergamot, and cashmere sandalwood. It is just something that charms almost everyone. It's a fabulous performer. It's good anytime, fall, winter. Then we have the Dashing, which I already talked about, that's new, that's winning me over. Then I love, and I think I left the bar in the other room, I love White Amber and Teak. It is, to me, the nicest men's cologne scent we've invented. It's got amber, and it's got teak, and it's got bergamot, and it's warm and beautiful. And it just is a great classic scent. We also have Mystery Man, which I know probably has garnered more sales over the years, but for me, it's White Amber and Teak all the way. Then in floral, I really am not a super big fan of Velvet Moon, but Luna It is not my personal favorite, but I believe for years it's one of the most classic and best selling Scentsy scents of all time. So it's jasmine, sweet pea, freesia, berries, and sandalwood, and it's light and lovely, and it's just a favorite. Then we go into the fruity category. Black raspberry vanilla is like best-selling Scentsy scent of all time, and that it's like the scent, the signature scent of Scentsy. Dark berries and vanilla, and it's just always good. It truly is. It's my dog trainer's favorite scent, and my dogs are out here looking at something suspicious out the window if they start to bark. Then I already talked about cranberry and cardamom. I don't think I have a bar of Johnny Appleseed on me, but that's our most popular apple smell, and it is a boomer. I think you can get that as a brick in club. It's Macintosh apple and pear peel, and it isn't always my favorite, but you want to talk about consistent performer and good seller, that is one of them. And then winterberry apple tea. I would be remiss to not bring this up. Winterberry apple tea is so good. It took me a long time to come around to it because it has this note that sometimes in my home is a little bitter. But I warmed up to it, and I do love to melt this in alternate warmers with a bar called Make Me Snickerdoodle. I just can't put that in here as like super solid or the most amazing smell of all time as far as scent notes, because it's just kind of bland to me, but you do it in alternate warmers with this and it's amazing. So this one is winter tea, cranberry, apple, and honey. This is a perfect January, February bar. It lasts a long time, it fills your home well, and people love it. So then the last area is citrus. Blue Grotto, I think I'm out of, but that is a hit. It is a home run. It's really strong. It's unique. Tropical notes, citrus, and lush botanicals. It's this beautiful bright blue. It makes you think that you're going on a cruise. It's just so good. And then the last two are coconut lemongrass, which is probably my favorite fresh scent that's citrusy, and Squeeze the Day, which is my husband's favorite scent of all time. So coconut lemongrass is going to be coconut and lemongrass. I mean, it's so simple, but it's so good. And this is great in the early spring, and is great in the summer. It is an excellent performer. If you are a Scentsy Club person, I would say of all the bricks you can get yourself some coconut lemongrass because you're going to use it. If you have a day where things don't smell good in your house, you're going to throw this in. It's just a classic. There's a reason that it's a classic. And then Squeeze the Day is probably the best lemon scent of all time, although I do like the new Magic Wish one from the Disney movie that's an LTO bar. But I mean, you can't beat Squeeze the Day. It's lemon and vanilla. It's sweet. It's very, very lovely. So, excuse my voice. This is Elizabeth with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. These are some of the most solid performing or best note combination, always enjoyable scents that I can think of that we have currently in our catalog that would be good pretty much all year round. I hope that this was helpful and that you have an amazing day. God bless. Bye-bye.